Hi. I get a lot of questions on where to get protein on fruit diet. Even the people who are starting the fruit diet, who are on some days or who have not even thought of starting the fruit diet, everybody is questioning like where is the protein coming from. Let me share you my journey of protein. So when I was small, until teenage years, so it is very common in Nepal that we eat lot of dal, lot of lentils in every meal. So we used to take almost, for me, I used to love lentil and rice. So that was my go meal for, I think I would even take that 3 times or 4 times a day. So while going to school also my mom used to cook. So there was always this lentil, rice and some vegetables, mostly lentils. And she used to say that yeah, we need to eat a lot of lentils. So we always used to have like 2 bowls of lentils. That was kind of must. And even in school that was mostly like fried rice or something like that. And after school again lentil and rice, and even in dinner lentil and rice. And then for me, like drinking milk, 2 glasses of milk every day was like compulsory until I was like 20 to 23 years of age. I don't think so I even skipped a day. So every day 2 glasses of milk. Day would start with milk and would end with milk. That was very important. Then as I was raised a non-vegetarian, so that time it was not like every day, but once a week or once in 2 weeks we used to eat some kind of non-vegetarian dishes. And eating egg was like every day. It used to be 1 or 2 eggs. They would start with milk and egg. So that was my food. And when I started my period, then I had a lot of issue in menstruation. I had a very very difficult period, and I went to a lot of doctors also, because it used to be so difficult that my father had to come to pick me up in school or in my college, because I just could not do anything. It used to be so difficult. And but that was, I nobody that time told me that it was all with the food that I was eating. But nobody said that. It's like, yeah, some people have difficult menstruation, you need to take pills. So I used to take a lot of painkillers and a lot of pills that, yeah, to ease my pain. But that was really really difficult time. And even when I was studying in Delhi, most of our meal was, because we did not have much time to cook and we were quite busy. And even if maid would come to cook, it would always be lentil and rice or some kind of protein like chickpeas or beans, or like lot of protein in my meal. And milk was already there every time I was having that. And eggs also. So we used to have lot of boiled eggs in the market, while we were going for classes. So morning breakfast would be usually eggs. So that was I was eating, not because like I was not counting proteins or calorie, but that was my diet. And I had a lot of issues, mainly that time with menstruation. I had a very very big issue. And when I came back after passing CA, then I was quite busy that time working, and I used to teach also. Then at one time I did not have my periods for 2-3 months. So I went to a doctor. Before that also I had been to a lot of gynecologists. Nobody said me to change my diet or anything. Everybody said that take this pill or that pill. Nobody ever said. And even in my periods I used to eat a lot of milk and eggs. That was my go-to meal every day: eggs, milk, and lentils and rice. So that was what I was eating. I was not eating a lot of outside cooked food. I never liked junk food or outside food from small age, but cooked food was what I was hooking into. And milk and eggs was very very common. So I was diagnosed with PCOD when I was 23 years of age. And the doctor that time, she even said that I will never have children. I was not married. I was not even thinking about having children that time. But she mentioned that I will not have children. And I was really, really worried with that. And I was I went to a lot of doctors that time. But everybody said, yeah, PCOD is difficult to cure. And it's not easy. So there were a lot of medicines for me. I had even started taking this birth control pill without, just to bring my periods on time, because I never had periods on time. It always used to be like 1.5 months or 2 months, that was very normal. I never knew that when my period will come, it would just come and it would be so painful, so painful. I was diagnosed with dysmenorrhea, which was like only few people have that much pain in period. So if you had known me, you would know like I would be suffering so much that I cannot even tell. Then luckily that time I found a group in Nepal, Kathmandu, Prakriti Premi Samuha Nirog Dham, nature's lover group. And when I went there, and then I was instructed to change my diet because I was taking very high protein diet. So I was instructed to go on very low protein, almost no protein diet. And that time I was also confused, and I asked like, why low protein diet and how can we do with it? So he explained to me that a mother's milk, which breast milk, which the child has the most growth in his initial months, like it is when it's 2 or 3 kg in 6 months, it's going to be like more than double, right? So that growth will never have in our life like more than double. But that breast milk also has very low quantity of protein. So we are not, whatever we are facing is due to our eating, like it's high protein that we are consuming. That is why it's causing a lot of problem. And I was also diagnosed with gallbladder stone at that time. It was 12 this is what I'm talking about is almost 12 years back time. And then I was suggested to not to drink milk and milk product. So that was very big change for me, and I was not ready to do that change. And I asked like, what is wrong in having milk? Why should I leave milk? So my mentor told me that time that, how does the milk come? When does the milk come? Then I had never thought in that way, that time, and said, yeah, it comes when the cow has given birth. So he asked me, whom is that milk for? And obviously that milk is for that child, right? So then something triggered in me. Oh my God, yes, that every being, whoever gives milk, is giving for his child. And I'm drinking like 2 glasses of milk, but still with that also I did not go vegan. So that time I changed my diet. I left all the milk product, and we just whole my family, we shifted to low protein diet, very low. No lentils. It was, although we were having cooked food, but it was with most of the green vegetables, brown rice and salad. So that was the go milk. And it was almost no or little, very little of lentils or beans, but little bit sometimes that would be. So with that, what happened is, miracle happened that time, that my period, which I had never had a regular period in my life, I started having regular period. And also my pain was almost gone, like everything. And when I was sticking to that diet, almost all of my issues that I was facing was gone. My PCOD was gone at that time. Within few months of diet changing into low protein diet, home cooked, mostly green and salad, not having fruit. I did not know about fruit that time. So my protein journey is like that. When I was taking so high protein, I had so much issue. And when I shifted to cooked meal but low protein diet, like very light cooked meal and no protein, so everything what I was facing in my life, everything, like the issues were gone. And I got married, and I conceived my daughter within 2 months of marriage, because I was really afraid that time, because doctor had said that you will never be pregnant. So that had really weighed down me. And with the diet change, my PCOD and all the issues were just gone. But what happened is, I was not able to 100% stick to non-protein and that diet, because I had a lot of cravings, and I went to different environments. And then after pregnancy, when I delivered my daughter, then I had a lot of family pressure to have ghee and lot of meat and lot of protein diet. I tried a lot, but still I could not go against them. So I started having lot of protein that time, lot of meat, and lot of they were serving me with food with ghee also. And I had that time I had left ghee completely, because before there used to be big dabbas of ghee at my home before knowing all these things. But again, like slowly little bit of ghee and lot of meat were there. And then whatever I had, like I did not used to have a lot of cravings, but then I started. And then in 2022, when we left Nepal and we went to Timor, and because before that, before getting married, my mother used to cook, and I used to cook only sometimes. Even after getting married, it was not me who was primary person for cooking. It was most of the time my mother-in-law used to cook. But in Timor, like, my husband used to cook, but in weekends, now I had developed something passion for cooking, you know, and I started trying, because I never used to cook before much, so I did not have that much, like, I want to cook, no, not much interest in cooking. But after leaving Nepal, I started cooking so much, and I started trying this dish, that dish which my mother used to make, or all other things. And then slowly I changed my diet due to cravings. I started having a lot of cravings. I knew that those food were not so good for me, but because I had already been living a very easy life with change of diet. But again, I just from 2022 till 2024, I think 2 years was like, I was not in Nepal and I was outside, and I tried a lot of dishes, and that food craving, you know, emotional binge eating, all those came. A lot of things happened in my life which were pulling me down. I had a lot of emotional baggages and all that, and I tried to fulfill that with lot of foods, not outside food much, but cooking a lot and having a lot of protein diet also. So again, I started having issues. And in Netherlands, here in 2024, 1 year, I think I ate so much cheese that I had never even eaten that much cheese in my whole life. So cheese and chocolates, here it's very common to have, like, everybody eats chocolates, so it's common to have chocolates in every table. So with that, my health again deteriorated so much. Again, the period pain, again everything was back, and I had gained so much weight. And now when I am on fruit diet, it's like my life has completely transformed, and I never knew that I have this much, I have this much energy in me. I'm running, I'm from morning to till I sleep, I'm always physically active. I'm not lethargic anytime, you know. Either I'm running, I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. You tell me let's go for a walk even at 8 a.m, I'm ready. I am not going to say, oh, I'm tired. No, I don't have tiredness in me. I'm just, but while going to sleep, I'm so tired that I just sleep in few seconds and wake up, and then I'm full of energy. And I never knew that I could heal so many things. My gallbladder stone, which was 22 mm in 2024, now 1 month back has come to 15 mm, where everybody said that no, gallbladder stone will never decrease, you'll have to remove the gallbladder. But for me, it has decreased, right? And all other aspect of life has changed. So if you are focused on, like, where do I get protein from, then no other beings, no other animals, no other species says where do I get protein from, where do I get calcium from. I have lived my 23 years of my life full of protein diet with so many problems in my health, and shifting to low protein diet has really helped, and shifting to fruits has, like, done miracles in me. So fruits have the highest vibration, have the highest energy, and they have essential amino acid. And anyway, when we are having meat or lentils or anything that has lot of protein, then body has to break down that protein, right? It's not going to absorb the protein right away. It has to break down the protein, it has to convert it to amino acid, and then build its protein, because we cannot take protein from animal protein, right? We cannot just take protein. We take amino acid and build the protein. And in that process, there is so much of toxins created, waste, and it all gets stuck in our body. It's not going to come out everything, and we start suffering. Most of our diseases at this time, if you go to the hospitals and if you see the people, you know, they are with the high protein diet, not with the low protein diet. Whoever I have seen in my life who are having low protein diet or no protein diet are very, very healthy, and people who are having high protein diet are not healthy. So you can see in your surroundings, and then you can have experiment to yourself, you know, like how the protein, is it really necessary, you can just see. So it's a long video, but I just wanted to share it because I have, like, almost every comment or message that I have is about protein. So I just wanted to share, like, my journey on protein. Thank you.